Hi guys, Casper MMA here today, back with more UFC predictions on the channel. Today, give my predictions for UFC Fight Night, Moicano versus Duncan. Now, the last fight night was UFC Seattle, a really good card. I got quite drunk while I was watching it, so it was a bit like, I don't remember everything from it, but I remember a lot of finishes. It was some good fights as well. I think Fight the Night get given to like Musayev versus Bahamondes, but I remember Musayev was cheating and all that, like headbutt, the fence grab, the change fighter. That was terrible, but I didn't do too bad on picks. I did get like 4 wrong in a row at one point, but then I got to the main card, nearly sweeped it, got like 2 underdogs in a row at the end with we got like a Grasso and Pfeiffer. So overall, not a bad card. But we have Fight Night here this weekend, and I'm looking forward to giving my predictions. But before I do that, make sure you guys are around here and you're enjoying this content, you go down below and hit that subscribe button. It's free and it's much appreciated. So we got 13 fights on this card, and we kick things off the first prelim of Dakota Hope versus Kamaka III, the third. I don't know why I said 3 there. But I'm going to pick Hope to win this fight, to be honest, both these guys are making their UFC debut, I'm pretty sure. I think Hope is coming from, like, he's been in the LFA, he's come from some, like, different, regional scenes and stuff. He's only had 1 loss in his career. He's currently 11-1 in his, and it looks pretty good. He's got quite a lot of finishes, a few decisions as well, but he's fought some decent opponents, got some decent wins as well. His opponent, Kai Kamaka, is a 17-7 fighter. He's been in, like, PFL, was in the UFC at one point as well, back from, got like 2020, went 1-2, I think, or where I think he had a draw as well in there, but was in Bellator, PFL. Not a bad fighter, to be honest, but has lost to some opponents. Like, lost his last PFL fight, lost to Brendan Luffman by split decision, but he came out the UFC, PFL, lost a fight, won a couple. I don't know, to be honest. This fight could go either way. Like, I'm not expecting a really good performance from either of them, to be honest. So I'm just going to have to pick the slightly younger guy in Dakota Hope to win this fight, and I reckon we get it done by decision. And now, next on the card, we have 2 Brazilian women in Dione Barbosa and Melissa Gatto. Now, I'm going to be picking Gatto to win this fight. They're not too bad, these 2 women. We have Gatto is 9-2 record, 29 years of age. She's 3-2 in the UFC. It's not too bad. Lost 2 fights in a row to Tracy Cortez and Lipski de Silva, who were not the worst fighters ever, to be fair. Won a first fight by KO. First 2 fights by KO in the UFC, then won a last fight by KO as well. So she's a dangerous woman, to be fair. Got a lot of wins by finish, 3 KOs, 4 submission wins. Her opponent is Barbosa, who is 8-4 record, 33 years of age. She's also looked all right. She's 2-2 in the UFC. Also had a win on the Contender Series. Lost in the last fight to Karine Silva. Also lost to Miranda Maverick. But she has got a sub win in a Contender Series fight and against Bell Beta. So both these women are all right. She has a few losses outside the UFC as well. Got KO'd by Josie Nunez. Lost to Jenna Bishop. So I don't know. It's a close one. The women's fights are always pretty close. There's a lot of, on this. To be honest, this fight card, I'm not confident. There's a lot of fights where I'm like, either of these 2 people can win. Like, I don't know. But I'm going to back Gatto here. I feel like she's slightly better, record-wise. She looks pretty good. So I reckon I'll back Gatto to win, and I reckon she's going to get another KO. Next up, we have Azamat Bekoev versus Tresean Gore. Now, probably the easiest pick on the whole card. I'm backing Bekoev to win here. It's like, he did lose his last fight, I know, to Belgarui, but it's aging well. He just beat Abdul Malik as well. Belgarui, I don't know if that's how you say his name, but he's pretty good. He's got 2 KO wins in a row. I was surprised to see Bekoev lose, that, to be fair. He looked so good coming into the UFC, 2 wins in round 1 by KO over like Loda, Reese as well. He's looked very good in his UFC career, but lost his last fight. But he's fighting a much easier opponent here in Tresean Gore, who's 5-4, lost his last 2 fights. He's lost quite a few. He's been KO'd by Tulio, KO'd by Brundage as well. It's not looking good. Beat Josh Fremd, who's not even in the UFC. Beat Tricoli, who's not great either. So, yeah, I don't have high hopes for Gore here. He's 2-4 in the UFC. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets cut after this fight. So, I'm backing Bekoev to win by KO. And now we move up to another women's fight on the card with Haley Cowan versus Alice Pereira. Now, I'm picking Alice Pereira to win this fight, the Brazilian woman. She's 5-1, 20 years of age, so very young in the UFC. She was 5-0 before coming to the UFC. But she lost her first fight to Montse Rendon. Lost a split decision there. But, I mean, before the UFC, she looked all right. But I feel like, I know, it's comes to the UFC, first fight, not even off the Contender Series or anything. So, and she's young, so we can have a loss now and again. It's fine. She's fighting Hayley Cowan, who's 7-4, 34 years of age, but she's not done too well in the UFC, to be honest, either. So she's lost her first 2 fights after coming on the Contender Series, got subbed in her last fight by Cornell, and then lost to Jamie Lynn Horth as well. So I don't think Cohen's very good. Maybe she'll win experience-wise. She's had more fights. She's older as well, so she could win in that way. But I just feel like Alice Pereira is going to bounce back. Only a split decision loss as well, so close to winning in her last fight. So I reckon Pereira comes in here and gets the decision win. Now, next up on the card, we have Lando Vannata versus Darius Flowers. Now, this fight has stumped me. I can't lie. If I had to not pick one of them, I would love to, because I don't really want to pick any of them. But you know what? I'm picking someone for every fight, so I got to do it. But we have Vannata, who is 34 years of age, 12-7-2 record. He's not fought in a while, to be fair. I can't actually remember his last fight was 2023. He lost to Daniel Zellhuber, lost to Jourdain before that, so he's not been on a good run. But I mean, he's had a weird UFC career. He's 4 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws. So I mean, like, take that what you will. He has lost to some okay opponents. I mean, his first UFC fight was against Tony Ferguson, to be fair. But I mean, it's weird. He had like a draw against Bobby Green, then a loss, and then a draw to Favola. So that's like just what a weird record as well. Then he lost to King Green again, or something like that. But he's very interested in UFC record. But he's fighting Darius Flowers here, who's an American man, 12-8-1 record, 31 years of age. He's not had the greatest UFC career, to be honest. I mean, I don't think he's won a fight in the UFC, to be honest. He came on the Contender Series, got a round 1 win from a shoulder injury, from slamming the guy on the floor. But then he's been subbed twice and then lost one decision to Michael Johnson. So he's 0-3. So technically a better record. Well, but to be fair, both these guys have the losing, they've lost 3 more times than they've won. So if I had to pick none of them, I would, because but I don't think either of these guys are very good. But I think I'm gonna go with Flowers here. I feel like this is his chance to not get cut. He probably still might if he puts on a bad performance, but I reckon Flowers can win this fight. I just don't think Vannata's got it after not fighting for a while. Man, Flowers hasn't fought for that long either, to be honest. But I'm going to back Flowers to win by decision. And now we move up the card to Alessandro Costa versus Stuart Nicoll. Now, I'm not confident in this, but I am going to pick Nicoll to win this fight. I don't know what the odds are, to be honest, but he's not looked that good since coming to the UFC, to be fair to him. The Australian man, I think he is. Maybe New Zealand, I always get the flags mixed up, but I think he is Australian. 8-2 record. He was 8-0 before coming to the UFC, and then he's lost his first 2 fights. So not a great start. Lost to Aguilar, then to Rocha. I don't know how to say his name. But I mean, before the UFC, he looked very good, to be fair. I mean, a lot of finishes. 4 wins by KO, 3 wins by submission. So got to respect it. Very good. But he's not done too well in the UFC. The step up in competition was a bit too high for him. But he's fighting Alessandro Costa here, who's 14-5, Brazilian man. To be honest, hasn't had the best UFC record. He's lost to Steve Erceg, lost his last fight to Correa, got KO'd in that, lost to Albazi by KO as well. It has a few wins, but nothing that stands out. I mean, Jimmy Flick isn't that great, and also beat Kevin Borjas, which is all right. Got KO in round number 2 there. But, I mean, yeah, he also looked good before coming to the UFC as well. Won a Contender Series by split decision, didn't get in, but then eventually got into the UFC after that. So, I feel like there's definitely a chance Costa wins this. I think if it's going to go to decision, Costa takes this one. But I reckon, Nicoll's had a bit of time. He's had 2 fights in the UFC. I reckon he's warmed up a bit now. I reckon we're going to see the real Nicoll come out here. And I reckon we're going to see Nicoll get the win by KO. Next up, we have the last prelim of the card. We have Thomas Petersen versus Guilherme Pat. Now, interesting heavyweight fight here. I'm really backing Guilherme Pat to win this fight. I mean, it's a heavyweight fight. I mean, you never really know. But Pat is 6-0, undefeated Brazilian man. He looks pretty good. Seen him on the LFA. Got some wins there. I mean, I think only one, to be honest. Was meant to fight on the Contender Series. Ended up just fighting in a fight night or something. Got a win over some other undefeated guy in that fight. And now he's 6-0. I mean, honestly, he's not fought that many good opponents really in his career. But he looks decent. I mean, he's got 4 wins by KO, 2 wins by decision. He's also pretty tall, so he's got that. He's fighting Thomas Petersen here, who's 10-4 American man, 31 years of age. Had an interesting UFC career. I mean, I think he's gone like win loss in every fight. I mean, he started off with a loss to Jamal Pokes, lost a decision there. Beat Mohammed Usman in his decision. I mean, he's not really beat anyone that good in the heavyweight division. I mean, I don't even think Dante Almeida or Mohammed Usman are in the UFC anymore. And that's his 2 wins. He's lost to Yakhyaev by KO, Petrino by KO as well. I mean, I just don't see him winning this fight. Lost to Costa in LFA, and that he's was good before the UFC, was KOing people, but I think there are cans, to be honest. So I'm backing Guilherme Pat to win this fight by KO. And now we move up the card to Robert Ruchała versus Jose Delano. Now, I'm picking Delano here, but did take me a bit of time to think of who I was going to pick here. But I'm going with the Brazilian man. 16-3 record. Quite impressive, to be fair. 29 years of age. Hasn't fought in the UFC yet. Won in the Contender Series in last year. And then he just hasn't fought yet. But he looks pretty good. I mean, he was in the LFA. Got quite a few wins there. I mean, he got a few KOs, a few submissions as well. I mean, he's a well-rounded fighter. Looks pretty good. He's fighting a Polish man here, Robert Ruchała, 11-2 record, 27 years of age, coming from KSW. I mean, I've seen a few of them guys like Wiklas as well. He looks pretty good, Polish guy. But I mean, he came to the UFC, lost his first fight to William Gomez in that fight. But I mean, in the KSW, he was pretty good. Was the champion, I'm pretty sure, in his weight division, and he's got quite a few wins by KO, and got a lot of wins by decision as well. If I had to pick, I'd say this fight goes over 2.5 rounds, but I think it should be a fun fight, to be honest. I see it being a good scrap, but I don't know. I just feel like Delano is the better fighter here. I mean, maybe I'll be proved wrong. Ruchała has already fought in the UFC. Didn't look too bad in his debut either, so I'm going to back Delano to win. Not my most confident pick, but I reckon he gets it done by decision. Now we move up the card to Tommy McMillen versus Manolo Zecchini. Now, I don't know how this fight snuck onto the main card. I don't know if this is a problem of topology, but I mean, this is a weird fight. It should be like first prelim, to be honest. But we have Tommy McMillen, a 9-0 undefeated man. I mean, I should probably say I'm picking it. I'm going to pick McMillen to win. I mean, both these guys haven't even fought in the UFC. That's why I'm surprised it's on the main card. But I'm going to pick McMillen to win this one. I mean, I don't know who's going to take it, to be honest. But, I mean, McMillen won on the Contender Series, was a majority decision. So it does not mean one fight gave it a draw, maybe. Not sure. But before that, I mean, he's looked pretty good, to be fair. I mean, he's got 5 wins in his career by submission, 3 wins by KO. As well, he's fighting Zecchini, who's an Italian man, 11-4 record, 29 years of age. I mean, I don't really know how this guy got into the UFC, really, to be honest. I mean, he's not even had that impressive of a record. Had a few KOs against some bums in Vannata FC, if you've heard of that. But lost his first fight, unsurprisingly, to Morgan Charrier. So he has actually fought in the UFC, but I mean, really counting that, got KO'd in round number 1. And I just can't see him winning this at all. I think Tommy McMillen is going to take this one, and I reckon McMillen gets the KO. Now, next up, a fight very much looking forward to. We have Rafael Estevam versus Ethan Ewing. Now, I'm picking Ewing. I'm back in the hype train. I love this first fight. Picked against him, to be fair, because, I mean, who beats Malcolm Wellmaker? I mean, that was kind of crazy. And, I mean, I think everyone loves this guy now after that first fight. I mean, he is fighting a very good opponent here. I mean, he's fighting undefeated Rafael Estevam, but I mean, we said that against his last opponent. He's undefeated Malcolm Wellmaker. Maybe the short notice thing made a difference, but I mean, it was short notice for Ewing as well, and he just put on a great performance. Looked really good. I mean, he lost his first 2 fights in his career in LFA and Cage Warriors, but then since then he's been undefeated, so can't really stop him. He looks pretty good. He's fighting Estevam though, who's a Brazilian man, 14-0. He's looked pretty good in the UFC. To be fair, I think he's like 3-0 in the UFC. He won on the Contender Series as well. Got 3 wins by decision, being like Charles Johnson, Aguilar, Felipe Boons. So to be fair, he looks pretty good. Had some good wins as well. But I don't know. I'm just going to back Ethan Ewing. He looked so good in his first fight. So I reckon Ewing's going to win by decision. And now we move up to the next fight. Abdul Rahman Yakhyaev versus Brenton Ribeiro. Now, I'm backing Yakhyaev to win here, the Turkish man. I mean, he just looks pretty good. He's undefeated. Turkish man, 25 years of age as well, so still quite young, to be fair, in his career. Came into the UFC. I mean, he's had 1 fight against Rafael Sequeira. I mean, Hydrogen Bomb versus Coffin Baby fight, because he came off the Contender Series with a KO win there. I mean, he's basically had all finishes in his career. He's had 1 win by decision his whole career, and that was like a title fight against some like other undefeated guy. And then since then, he's just been either getting a KO or subbing people. Got the sub against Sequeira. Everyone thought he was going to get the KO, I think, because Sequeira's getting KO'd by everyone. But he's fighting Ribeiro here. He's a 17-9 Brazilian man, 29 years of age. I mean, he's 2-4 in the UFC. He's not that great. I mean, did beat Machado by split decision, then Nurgazai by submission, which is impressive to be fair, because like Nurgazai is undefeated in that, but we've seen Nurgazai he's terrible on the ground, really. That's how you beat him. But he's KO'd a couple of times, got KO'd in his last 2 fights, got KO'd in his first fight by Mingyang Zhang as well. So yeah, I don't have high hopes for him, to be honest. And good luck, I'm going to say to him, because he's fighting Yakhyaev. He's just storming through people, so I'm going to back Yakhyaev to win by KO. Right, now we're up to the co-main event, Virna Jandiroba versus Tabatha Ricci. Now, I'm backing Ricci to win this fight. 2 Brazilian women here. Ricci, Baby Shark, is 12-3, 31 years of age. I mean, she had a pretty good UFC career, to be fair. She's 7-3, but she's lost to some like good opponents, to like Manon Fiorot and that. She won in like she lost in her first UFC fight, and she has some good wins, to be fair to her. Coming off a win over Amanda Ribos by KO in her last fight. Did lose to Yan before that, but she's decent. Jandiroba is 22-4, 37 years of age now, so much older. Coming off her title fight, which is crazy to say. And like, how the hell is Jandiroba in a title fight? I mean, she wasn't a good run, to be fair, but she's just not that great, though, is he? I mean, losing to Mackenzie Dern. Well, how have we let Mackenzie Dern be a champion like that? It's just so crazy. Like, I don't know. I just feel like she's getting old now. I feel like Ricci coming up a bit. I feel like she's got it in her to win this fight, and I'm going to back Ricci to win by decision. Now, main event time. Renato Moicano versus Chris Duncan. Now, if anyone's picking Moicano, they are so stupid. I mean, Chris Duncan is going to destroy him by any means necessary. I don't think people are that certain on Chris Duncan early on in his career. I mean, he was went 2-0 in the UFC after he'd won the Contender Series, then lost to Manuel Torres. But since then, he's been on a 4-fight winning streak, some good wins as well. Beat Terence McKinney in his last fight by sub in round 1. Beat Rebecca as well by decision. Beat Vucenic, beat Oki as well. I mean, he's blitzing through people, getting submission wins. But I mean, he's got 3 wins by submission in his last 4. But I mean, this guy's got 7 wins by KO in his career as well. He's just a very good fighter, improving every fight pretty much. He's fighting Moicano, who is 20-7 record, 36 years of age now. It's he's getting old a bit. It's time to think about retirement, I think, for Moicano. He's on his way out. He lost to Dariush in his last fight. Lost to Islam before that in the most undeserved title shot of all time. But then beat BSD, which is I don't know how he did that, to be honest. Beat Jalen Turner because Turner was emoting on him instead of fucking killing him in UFC 300. Beat Drew Dober. I mean, he is decent fighter, Moicano, but he just isn't as well. I cannot see him winning this at all. on a 2-fight losing streak. Chris Duncan is a force to be reckoned with. And I reckon Duncan, I can see either KO or submission, to be honest. I'm not sure which is more likely, but I'm just going to back Duncan by submission. So there are my picks for this week's UFC Fight Night. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of my picks. And that's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, remember leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.